Hi, friends, and welcome to episode 19 of Let's Elden Ring, a comfortable playthrough for intelligence based builds. And by comfortable, what I mean is you don't have to be an expert in From Software games or even action RPGs to be successful. This is a great first playthrough. If you're looking for one of those, if you're maybe intimidated by From games or just don't know what the right point of entry is. Um, this is a great way to do it. Just a second. People say that intelligence is an easier way to do these games, and I think they're right. But there's more to it than that. There are a lot of pitfalls new players can find themselves getting caught on. For instance, ignoring certain key stats like vigor and endurance. We're going to go down here and take care of this guy real quick. A lot of these enemies, it's best if you just charge in and take care of things. We've talked in the past about one hand versus two hand, and you may even wonder, why don't I have a skill on my shield? Why didn't I put a parry skill on my shield? Why did I use a different shield for parrying? And the answer is simple. If I don't have a skill on this, then I can use my right hand weapon skill instead, which in this case is charging up the greatsword. I'd rather do that than switch to two-handed and switch back, right? So this is just a blocking setup. If I switch to the other shield, that's a parrying setup. Usually I have something in mind. I'm not just changing things up, as I go. The good news is we've put so many points into vigor, and more recently endurance, that we can wear some decent armor, we can take some hits, and it's really okay. If something snags us, it's not a big deal. Now there are certain enemies that are like always going to be dangerous that we have to watch out for. Two of them are over here. They're both Golden Order Knights. Yeah, one of them's got a great bow. The other one probably has a spear or a shield. Those are dangerous. And we'll spend some time on them in a second. The moveset on this weapon is better with two hands. It just feels better to fight two-handed with the sword. It does fine one-handed, as you guys have probably seen again and again. But it's worth seeing if you can get comfortable fighting two-handed. Kind of letting go of the security of the shield. Now there are some bosses and enemies where the shield is pretty much a must, and we'll be running into one of those here in just a second. So, I'm not The truth is, we have all these tools at our disposal, and we need to think about encounters strategically. This knight combo is a real bummer. And what I'd really like to do, and I don't know if I can, they should be turning around soon. Okay, this isn't going to go the way I thought it would. Okay, good. Now the problem is these guys. Problem is there's more guys to jump out at you down here. So we don't really want to go down there. And this guy is going to do some cute lightning shit. You can almost be sure of that. He also does this cute guard counter. Remember those? We used to do them a lot. Yeah, he can do them too. Jump attack, two-handed, is a very good way to break through a shield. Now this is going to be ugly. This is one of these lions with a sword in its mouth type enemies, and there's a perfumer kind of hanging out in the background. We're going to use our twig for this. This is a great example of something we're only going to do one time. So if we succeed, we're never coming back. So we might as well spend all our resources to get it right. This is a good shield fight. If things go right, you'll stagger it fairly quickly. But, you know, keep the shield up. And then you'll have this perfume person. And that's it. We've done it. So we can run through this area. And our reward is a couple of nice runes. There's a 10. There's a Heroes 2, that's worth a whole lot. So even though killing that monster wasn't very lucrative, that's still a good haul. There's no real reason to go up there. We're going to do that later. Although, there is something we can do. There's a rune on top of like this carriage here, I think. Yep. Oh, no, it's holy grease, which, you know, is useless to us. That's fine. What to do now? I think first thing we'll do is rest. The main reason is to get our flask back. That's such a great kind of security blanket, right? Yeah, just go back to morning. We don't have to, just to level set. Let's see. Okay, so we need 30,000 runes to level up. If you take your time with this guy, he's going to blow his horn, which makes that great bow guy active, and you have to dodge through his stuff. So alright, good. Did that. Down we go. This isn't a terribly lucrative place to be, but in total I think it's worth clearing out what you can of this spot. So there's an omen killer. We all know what those are, what they do. However, this is also right by like a save. So let's just go save. Or let's go activate the grace. Get Lionel's armor, which is incredibly heavy, but also incredibly effective. First time you kill him, you get the mask. He comes back every time. It's worth noting that hand there. This is the kind of place where you just kind of, you can't afford to get in a hurry, because there's just kind of trash waiting everywhere to get you. We're going to do this next. I can't believe we never broke his guard. Anyway. He always comes back too, but we really only need to do one thing here. There's a seed beast we have to fight. Shield can probably be good here. There he is. There's zero benefit in being far away from them. Good. One more hit should do it. Yep, there's our seed. We got 2. We need 3 more. And that's really all there is to this little area. There's a couple of things on the ground. Now, we could go over here. This is another area to clear. But we're going to be attacking that from a different angle. There's no need for us to deal with that at the moment. So, let's go back in here. And we're just going to go right back to the church. Once again, the Omen Killer is going to be over here. He's not super dangerous, but we don't really want to square off against him. It's worth waiting until he's got his back turned. Alright. Once again, do not forget the hand. We've been that way. We're just trying to be methodical, right? So there's 2 ways we can go. We can go down here, we can go down here. Let's try going down here first. Now remember how deceptively dangerous rats can be, right? So you can. That would have been fine. You charge in there. But I just wouldn't. Okay? It's entirely possible that a hand will drop behind us. Like you can see down there, that could easily be something bad. Guilty Hood. I'm very surprised we didn't get jumped. But maybe down here. Yeah. There's a hand down there. Some rats down here. We're going to go left first. We're just going to leave that there, because that way we know it's there. This is going to require some spell casting. Once again, there's no real benefit to saving our magic. These are all kind of short episodes. So we're going to, we're going to get what we're getting. Then we're going to move on. Keep looking up. Now that of Karis is a big old hand. Those can stun lock you pretty badly. So we're going to try to be aggressive. Just like that. Now that's a risky move. If you don't like that, you can hang way back and do the great bow. It gets closer, switch over to Comet Shard. You've got options. And by now, if you're following this guide, you've been playing a while, you know what works for you, what feels comfortable and what doesn't. So just handle stuff like that the way you want to handle it. Alright, so we got the rat in the hand. We still have charges on the sword, so kind of a no-brainer how to deal with that. There's another. I don't think this will shoot up there. Well, we're going to need the magic anyway, so. This is stupid. You shouldn't come down here. It's absolutely not worth it. Some of those face-eating guys will turn up. I'm not sure where they come from. Next up. Gargoyle. It's facing the wrong way, so we can just do a charged hit on it. This looks like a trap, but I'm pretty sure there isn't anything dangerous down here. Or anything terribly good. I mean, unless there's a scarab hanging from somewhere. I don't see anything. You know, we're really just kind of taking our time clearing this place out. We're close to leveling up. This is a nice shortcut. A couple things to note. One, this allows us to bypass a very tedious kind of cat and mouse section with that guy with the great bow and several other knights walking around. This is the petrified wing of an ancient dragon. Down here there's also a well you can jump in. It'll take you to the sewers. I haven't decided whether I'm going to show that to you or not. It isn't really connected to what we're trying to do with our playthrough. It does, however, you see what we're doing here. It does allow us to meet Hyada again. You know, the maiden with the Shibiri grapes. We could meet her again. We could even become the Lord of Frenzied Flame down there. And as I have said, that is what I consider one of the two quote-unquote good endings to the game. Although Frenzied Flame isn't actually good, I think it's like thematically rich, you know, and meaningful in a way that just finishing the game isn't. I don't have to make a decision about that for a while though, so I'm not going to. There's a little guy hidden here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Now this is how you move the game forward, and we're not really ready to do that yet. We took this way to get this open, so I'm doing it. But you can see from here that there's a way for us to get up against the tree if we make our way over there, which we will. But meanwhile, we can level up. Let's do that. Let's see, 19.9, so endurance 20, and I think 21 is actually where we're gonna stick. I know I like these round numbers, but I think let's try to We've never done it, but you can alter garments. Usually there's a heavy and a light version. So the normal one is the heavy version. But we can drop a pound off the scaled if we want for 500. And then with our new endurance, let's try putting it on. Now we've got an endurance of that looks pretty sharp, doesn't it? Now we have a poise of 55, and that seems pretty good. So what now? Well, we're about ready to do that route we just opened up. We're getting there. There's only a few things over here. One of them is fight a Crucible Knight. And this one I don't think is that bad. I'm popping the flask, not for the runes, but for our charged attack. Because we're going to just walk up to him. You can't backstab these guys, so we're just going to try to wallop him with a charged attack, see what happens. Boy, that just did not go well. Can you believe that? These are awful enemies. And you can parry them. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I should be using my shield though. This is also very optional. I do not need to kill this guy for any reason really, other than he's here and I want to, which isn't a great reason. Why did I unlock? It's a little silly. So, those guys are just terrible. They never flinch. They're not really worth any runes. Really. Do get a hero's rune for that, which is, you know, that's good. That's quality. He is gone forever, which means that this becomes a valid shortcut. I don't know that it really gets us much ultimately, but at least I think he stays gone. We'll find out. You remember this. We're right back at the beginning. Let's rest so we get our flask back. Well, there's Bach. Let's talk to him.
Good to see you. You helped, please. Allow me to. I can't. I'm happy. Master, did you see it? The herb tree. I don't really have the words for this, but I was so dazzled, I felt something stir in my breast. The Erd tree is waiting for you, Master. I know it, I do. I feel it in my bones.
Poor Bach.
Master, do you ever... I would, well, I don't know, I am your...
He's jealous that we changed our clothes. I mean, the problem is he's not at every save point, right? Or we probably would use him. Yep, he's gone. That's like, he is gone, isn't he? I don't think those ever respawn. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we do that. And we come down here. And as promised, this is kind of the other side of... oh, come on. This is like the other side of that place where we fought the ulcerated tree spirit. I don't think those things can grab you while you're in the air. They certainly can't grab you while you're backstabbing them. As I've said, you know, I cultivate the habit of fighting two-handed. Long term, it's better. Like, shield has its place, but you can kind of get in the habit of overusing it. Anyway, we've got some skeletons here, and you know what that means. That's right. It's time for our old buddy. I miss this sword. I love its moveset. That's for a stone sword key. And that should be it for our skeleton buddies. So back we go. I'm gonna pop a flask. There's no reason to be saving them. Like none. As you can probably see, there's a... Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, that's why. Should only be like one up here. Oh, maybe not. Trick with these guys is just kind of keep moving, you know. Clarifying boluses, those are for Frenzy Flame, getting rid of Frenzy build-up. Frenzy is a lot more common in multiplayer than it is in single player. So, you know, some of these things you see and you're like, well, what's the point? And they actually do have a use. They're just not really part of what we're doing here. And that brings us around to here. So we've now completed our little circuit. Which means we can start moving forward. There's a few kind of annoying things here to deal with. We're going to need to pull that lever for one thing. The cane sword, that's a nice Bloodborne shout out if you played Bloodborne. One of my favorite games of all time. Golden Rune 9. Now this is going to open that door all the way down there. That is ultimately going to lead to a next area we want to visit. It also opens the gate right underneath us. But moving right along. Sorry, I just banged on the mic. Since we got some runes, I'm gonna pop my flask. Oh, now you want to fight. Great. Yeah. So, you know, that's cool. We got ourselves kind of caught in a little ditch there. He's not actually as tough as that might have looked. This is another one where you can cheese them. This is actually bad because there's a page here. Wow, what a riot. Okay. There's no reason to be cheap. I'm gonna pop a health flask. Where is he? Is he behind me? Yeah. We definitely need more guard boost on our shield. That guy staggered us. So that's nice. You know, a couple things happen. For one thing, we don't have to worry about killing that page anymore. Because we just killed him along the way. We need 2 more seeds. We'll mess with that stuff later. We have enough flasks that I think it's fine for us just to keep going. It's nice to be able to come from here while the page is gone. Couple of things. We probably want to do... There's lots of dogs that we can one-shot, but probably 1 or 2 of them are going to jump out of nowhere. Like there might be one inside there. Yeah, I can hear one. You know, take your time. Get somewhere safe where you can block and counterattack. You know, it's cool. We've come this far, right? There's no reason to let anything panic you. Now, isn't this wild? It should be very familiar. That's right. This seems to mirror the round table hold. Sanctified wet blade. If you're doing faith, you can make faith weapons. Although that's annoying, isn't it? You have to get all the way here before you can make a faith weapon. We've had magic forever. Another hero's rune. That's excellent. You may be wondering, you know, when are we finally going to get to pop these runes? And we will. You know, the time will come. Coated sword. That's like a sword that bypasses faith resistance, but it does faith damage, I think. Despite having a faith character, I didn't use it very much, and I don't remember why that is. But I didn't. Right, that's where we came from. Did we go the other way? I think the other way is kind of pointless. There's like nothing in Gideon's rune. Nothing where the crones are. You get a seedbed curse here, but we haven't been doing that subquest, so it doesn't really apply to us. Alright, with that done, make our way down. Don't run too fast. There's a thing at the edge here. Smithing 6. I think this belongs to an invader that we never bothered messing with. Some more wizard spell sword gear. We've kind of taken the unusual tack with our magic build of actual armor. I think the poise is too good to pass up. Like, even if you don't care about blocking damage, man, the poise makes such a big difference. And I'm gonna rest here just because we get our flask back. The one that lets us keep our runes. That's too good to let go. Especially since we're about to drink it. Through this door there's going to be a couple of maidens that really should be manageable for us at this late date. But, you know, there's one in there, and then there's this one here. See, not bad at all. Keep the shield up, roll around. Now we just have the other one. Oh no. I didn't think you'd be able to do it that fast. I thought I'd have a second. Okay, lesson learned. Again? Wow. Fine. Okay. But you know, that's why we've made all these investments. I've said it again and again. You know, why do we put money in vigor? Why do we put money in endurance? And so we could wear armor, we could take hits, you know, we could make attacks without getting interrupted, right? I mean, this is all part of our success. Now we can take this lift. Now, this is something we can't actually do yet. So, you know, hold that thought. We will go ahead and kill this golem, because why not? This is to a locked divine tower. So that's two we've found that we can't go in. This is interesting, right? Look at this. We're way over here, and you can see this big waterfall. What is that? Where are we? I love this landscape. It's so dramatic. This brilliant world design. Okay, so that's out of the way. Um, what next? Fortified manor, I think. And we're about ready to push forward with some stuff. We haven't gotten everything there is to get here, but it's close. See, there's a dog over there. I'm not interested in clearing out all the dogs, but I don't want it suddenly coming after us. You know what I mean? So, there's a guy with a great bow up there. There's a guy with a spear over there. This is another keep our rune situation, believe it or not. See how hard that hit? See, those guys are always dangerous. They just are. There's no big benefit to coming over here, though. Okay. Everybody satisfied? Let's wrap up the last bit of stuff over here. This is not necessarily even worth your time. They hit hard, they're not worth much at all. Now you can backstab this one. You get the ritual shield talisman, which isn't amazing. You do more damage at full health. But, you know, if you're the kind of player who's at full health all the time, I mean, that's great. But you probably don't actually need help doing damage. You know, it's hard to stay at full health all the time. And, you know, what good is it if you're not at full health all the time? So I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody who's getting a lot out of that in their build, but, you know, I'm just not that kind of player. I can't be at full health all the time. I'm not good enough. So that talisman is just not for me. I could go back, but we've got plenty of magic to get through this thing. And this fight, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything. Oh, but I do want to have my flask, so never mind. We'll do this. We'll do this one last time. All right, up we go. These guys aren't any big deal, you know. Just, and we have plenty of magic, so just kill them all. You know, don't. There's no need to be cute or, you know, second guess whether you need to spend that magic. Spend it all. Spend it all. Kill everything. that's the strategy here. We could use one of our cool area of effect attacks here and just kill everybody. But it wouldn't save us that much. Just as an FYI, you go down there and get like some holy grease for a sword that we don't own if you were following this walkthrough. There is a guy right on the other side of the corner, so, you know, don't let him spook you into walking off the ledge. I think that's what he's there for. So there's a stake of Marika right here, as you can see. And we're going to have a boss fight. I'm going to use the sword. I'm going to summon my buddy. This is like a golden form of Godfrey. He's going to do a big jump. He's very dramatic. But he just doesn't... He can't soak the damage. And, you know, that's it. It's really surprising. How fragile he is, considering. We can level up here. And we can level up again. I just want to blast intelligence at this point. maybe at 55 we can think about something else. Since we have that talisman at 55, we can start using the other scepter, which is going to be a big change for us in terms of our magic damage. So definitely something to look forward to there. I'm going to show you guys something. This isn't, again, a completionist guide, but I think this is the one everybody misses. It's the one I missed. So, I'm walking west from the site of grace there after beating Godfrey the Golden, and we're going to get on this lift. Now, those things aren't a big deal, obviously. We do that kind of thing all the time. But there's a Crucible Knight that's going to turn up. And just don't fight him. But I'm jumping on this spear right here. Are you serious? Ugh. What a joke. How did I do that? Anyway. You walk up there without falling, and you can get the Bolt of Grandsax, which is a spear. It's one of the legendary armaments, and you cannot get it after you burn the Erd Tree. So, so if you want to get it, you don't have to get it right now, but now is a fine time to take care of that. It's not important to me because I'm not going to use the Bolt of Grandsax, and I have the trophy. But if you're a trophy hunter, yes, you can come and do a whole lot of stuff post-game, but you cannot get that spear post-game, and you should get it right now. I thought I could get something there. This is interesting, right? All these dead finger crones, finger readers. I mean, this place is a mess. That's the way forward. There's really nothing for us doing this, but, let's not leave anything undone. If you jump on the roof, you go through this window. The Erd Tree bow scales with faith, which is kind of a mixed bag. I mean, as y'all know, I didn't recommend the horn bow, mainly because I already have ways of doing magic damage at range. So if I want a bow, it's because I want to do some other kind of damage. Faith scaling to me is the same kind of trap. It just wouldn't be my choice. But if you want to get into kind of build crafting and really kind of doing the math on things like that. There are people much smarter than I am who've gotten into that. Now this is a horrible trap. There is an assassin down there. And we're going to try to do night combat on him. It's kind of neat how they can completely stagger you with one hit to your shield with their little dagger. I wish I knew how they did that. We do need to upgrade our shield a bit. I mean, that still wouldn't explain what happened there, but we are due for some shield upgrades. So I'm going to rest again just because we can use our flask again. I'm going to wait till morning. And you see we're walking right up to the Erd tree. And there's kind of like a big opening in it. And if we wanted to, we could actually summon Melina. I'm not going to because we've got a good thing going. But it's cool that you can, right? All right, let's go do this.
Graceless, tarnished. What is thy business with these thrones? Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Melania. General Radahn. Praetor Rykard. Lunar Princess Rani.
We've killed a bunch of these.
Traitors. All. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled thy King Morgoth, last of all kings.
Okay, well, we've basically seen his flavor around. But he's not doing a very good job of resisting they ran in for the critical. That's awesome. He's not even going to get to do his transformation. Well, I guess he did, but yeah. So we're kind of burning through these, and you would think, wow, you must almost be done. Well, maybe. Let's try to go in the Erd tree. None may enter the Erd Tree. And now we have a site of grace in front of the throne.
Hello again, old friend. Allow me a moment to converse with you. You are unable to enter the Erd Tree, no? Prevented by the mantle of barbs. The thorns are impenetrable, a husk of the Erd Tree's being that spurns all that exists without. The only way to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord is to pass the thorns. My purpose serves to aid in that very act, so I'd like you to undertake a new journey with me to the Flame of Ruin, far above the clouds, upon the snowy mountain tops of the giants. Then I can set the Erd Tree aflame and guide you down the path to becoming Elden Lord. Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me.
So I'm going to add
Your
one
thoughts,
to our
your
endurance
ambitions, the
because
principles you would follow.
because we got another talisman. Which I'm going to put on Radigan. Be nice to wear the scaled gauntlets as well, wouldn't it? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe someday. Well, we're supposed to go here. And we will. We're very close, though, to leveling up again, so let's just take care of that. It's like 1,500 runes. So now we can go all the way back to the Avenue balcony. And as you probably recall, I said this gate down here is open, and it is. And that's the direction we need to go. This is another example of if we do it right, we're only going to do it once. Um, there's not really anything good down here at the end of this. Um, there's some dogs. There's a couple of misbegotten. There's a misbegotten leonine or lionine or, lion guy. Red-headed lion guy. Guarding a perfume bottle. Which, I mean, if you're doing perfume stuff, that probably sounds pretty good. It doesn't get me terribly excited. And I may regret coming down here. I mean, I'm sure you recall how aggressive these things can be. This is also another example of how different things would probably be if we had a better staff. We really could have probably torn him up with a different staff. Fortunately, we are right at the cusp of changing that. But there's no doubt that we've pushed this about as far as we can push it. This gear is officially out of gas now. But again, we're doing all this for the last time. There's another lion up here, but we're going to be able to phone a friend. And that's going to make all the difference. Be on the lookout for these misbegotten kind of hiding. There's another one down here. Try a backstab. Yeah. We're taking our time here again. It's not that this is a very lucrative area, because it really is not. Um, this is just because we don't want to get, caught flat-footed. This is fun. Wow. Good job, partner. Just embrace the chaos. There's no need to finish these off, but might as well clean house, right? You might be wondering, well, what if I don't want to fight all these guys? You don't have to. You don't. You can run. You can just sprint past everything. And you'll miss out on maybe 10,000 runes, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot. This is kind of a goofy area. You see a guy on a horse down there, for which we're going to do the usual. Wow, did I accidentally target the guy instead of the horse? He sure soaked a lot of damage. That's okay though, yeah. You just run on up the road. I think this thing is long just in case you wanted to. He blows up. Somber 6. Distribution of these stones is weird, right? The one we're really missing is the 3, believe it or not. not really going to do this yet, but we are going to unlock it, fight a little mini boss. Look at this. Ooh. Get your little room. There's two of them, but I guess that one's a little tougher. Anyway, they aren't a big deal. You do get Omen Killer Rollo that I've been very interested in. Apparently he's super aggressive and doesn't flinch, which, you know, sounds good for a certain kind of fight. They say he can interrupt Melania, is the reason I'm really interested in him. That he'll just walk in and shut down Waterfowl Dance, which sounds very intriguing. We could go in there now, but I don't actually want to, because we just have to go back. Because that tower is for both of the Omen demigods. It's for Morgoth, who we just fought. It's also for Mohg. So we'll come back here after we've defeated Mohg, and we'll go up there. And we are going to be fighting Mohg very soon, actually. For one thing, there's a Somber 9 that we'll need for our staff, because it's just about time to start using that. And now we've made it to the Forbidden Lands. See, we're finally kind of approaching our quarry for Volcano Manor. Remember them? How short are we? Basically 2,000. Good. So I think that's a good place to stop now. When we come back tomorrow, we will, or Monday, we'll take the weekend off. We'll make our way to the Great Lift. And then, probably a detour. We'll probably, at that point, go visit our friend Mohg and clear that whole area out and defeat that boss, and then do the Land of the Giants, which is kind of a huge and pretty dangerous area. But, you know, we can handle it. You know, we've got a good build, we got good ashes, we got good gear. We can deal with whatever comes up. Don't you worry. But until then, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And we'll be back at it. We'll be right back at it Monday, okay? Bye, everybody.